It's
And
9:01.
hopefully we won't have 90-mile-per-hour winds today. We will call this meeting to order at 9 a.m. We will begin by having an opening prayer by Miss Audrey McQueen and then being led in the Pledge of Allegiance by Miss Deborah Lawler.
Heavenly Father, as we come here today, please bless that we could all make good decisions for the county, and we're thankful for the moisture that we've received in this great land, and Father, please bless that we could receive more, and we're thankful for all our blessings and that we get to live in such a great place, and we say it in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. I believe it's just to the flag of the United States of America,
To the republic. Justice for all. Just grab one. I think it's this one right here. Nope, that's not it. It's the one that picture.
Right. I don't, that one I don't have.
No, that's not it.
Yeah.
No,
It might
you
fit him on the side from. Isn't that?
and charge that. Really? I'm sorry,
I don't know.
Mr. Chairman, we have
Try this one right here.
an equipment
Like it has a
failure.
battery.
It fit.
What we.
No need to wait for me.
Okay. All right. So we will, has everyone had opportunity to look over the agenda? Is there anything that needs to be brought up or changed? Hayden, did you see anything on the agenda?
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
I believe that we need to remove Spring Canyon Ranch presentation as well as the Spring Canyon Ranch action item from the agenda. They're not ready to proceed, or sure that they can according to the plan.
Okay. So
So that would be
So
that would be 7A and 9
will be omitted.
and 9B.
Okay. Okay, anything else?
Do you want to leave with that action item A here or put it after the executive session? I'm okay with it where it is.
You want to? Did you hear that? So the appointment. No, so we don't have it. We don't have anything on executive session that.
Oh, okay.
Right. Yep. Okay, so let me,
Yes, sir.
so even though, man,
Sidebar?
we can't change anything on executive. So let me ask you this, is there any way possible if we did? So on the appointment of county treasurer, we're gonna have presentation by each of the people that are putting in Florida. But is there any way, there's probably no way to alter the agenda, but is there any way where we can meet with those people separately if we deem necessary after the presentation? Does that make sense?
Individually, not as the commission. If one of you guys would like to talk to them individually, but not as the.
Okay, and how would that take place?
You can take a recess. You can take a recess, and if maybe if you have individual questions, you're free to ask those individually.
So we could go ahead and move A till after executive session.
Yeah, and that way, I mean, obviously you wouldn't be talking about in executive session, but you all can have individual conversations with people for that. Not as the board, but individuals. So that'll work. Okay, that to after.
All right,
You have individual questions.
sound good?
Yeah.
That way, if we have any individual questions, we just can't meet with them in executive. Yes. Because we don't have it down. All right. So, is there any other discussion on the agenda? So, is there a motion?
I'll motion we approve the agenda with the following changes, deleting under presentations A and moving
And B.
A and B.
Yep, 7A, 9B.
7A and 9B and moving 9A to after executive session.
I will second.
It's been motioned second that we approve the agenda with those changes. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye?
Did you get that? Everything good?
Yes, we got it.
Okay.
Okay. Now, open the floor for approval of minutes, February 12th and February 26th. Is there any discussion on those minutes? Seeing as there is none, is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Been motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. We will now open up the time for public comment during this portion of our meeting. We welcome your suggestions and want to hear your concerns. This is not a question and answer period. Speakers will be limited to 3 minutes. The County Commission is not able to act on matters discussed during public comment. Speakers are requested to state their name for the record.
Good morning, Charles
Yes, sir.
Selena, Patrick Creek Fire, also representing the other fire departments in the county. Here this morning to talk about the need for fire use restrictions. On February 25th, the stakeholders here in the county had our annual meeting with, as a big group to talk about the upcoming fire season and the severity. Also got a presentation from Tom Bird with the predictive services with NOAA weather, and they are expecting drier, hotter, and windier fire season than normal for us this year. So, and then another main concern at that meeting was staffing. Everybody seems to be short-staffed. So we're looking for some type of fire restrictions to be put in place for fire use. On the 10th, the Apache Fire went into, the Apache Forest went into stage 1 restrictions. On March 16th, the Hilo went into stage 1 fire restrictions. We're looking for, at some point, the commission to task the fire departments to come up with a fire use policy to where we're never giving people permission to burn, but to have the ability to tell them that they absolutely can't burn, and also to have some type of process for them notifying the departments that they are going to burn. So if we know that particular day being volunteer departments, we're going to be short-staffed, we can say, hey, this isn't a good day, and you wait till another day to be able to do this. So I'll leave that in your hands for future discussion when we can get it on the agenda. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Good morning. Thank you, everybody. Frank Morales. And I am here to talk this morning. I've been asked to advocate for many employees of the Catherine County Courthouse, and citizens of Catherine County. This is in reference to the vacated treasury position in Catherine County. Everyone knows this has been advertised. Along with other employees, I think it was irresponsible to leave this position open for nearly 2 months. And there are over 200 invoices to vendors that have not been paid. You don't run a company, you don't run a county, a state, or a country by leaving vendors that rely on those payments for their operation. Talk around town that the commissioners are planning to bring in an inexperienced person into this position. And you have qualified people on your staff. Everyone feels a job should be filled from within. Stepping over current employees sets dangerous precedents for all courthouse officers. This shows a lack of respect and understanding of the office dynamics. Promotion within builds trust, strength, and morale. The last treasurer has all recommended that we have a replacement, but an employee that was in the treasury department that has 8 years as the county treasurer. There should have been an interim put in there to continue business as usual. I know this position a petition was signed by all the employees at the county courthouse and delivered to the interim county manager. Good staff should always be priority when decisions are being made. That's called communication. And I see, from what everybody tells me, there's not a lot of communication. You know, I'm going to end this with something that Audrey posted last week, and I hope everybody believes in it, but it goes for any business, any county, any team. Good teams aren't just built on skill, they're built on trust and unity. And I think that's what this needs. So we appreciate you listening. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right. Seeing as there's no one else, we will close the time for public comment and we will move into presentation. So, since A has been omitted, we will move right into the treasurer office vacancy. We'd like to invite each of the people to introduce yourselves and to tell us a little bit about yourselves. And each thing is limited to 3 minutes. So we'd like to start out with Zakaya.
Good morning. I apologize. I am losing my voice right now, so I will try to talk as loud as I can. My name is Zakia Swenson. I was born and raised here in Reserve. After graduating high school, I left New Mexico and I pursued college in Lincoln, Nebraska. While there, I worked full-time while working on my business degree with a minor in leadership. I fell in love with Lincoln and decided that's where I wanted to settle down. My first job, I started off as a fry cook. I quickly worked my way up and became the kitchen manager. I was there for over 2 years, and during that time, I did everything from ordering supplies, staff management, budget adherence, and maintaining a clean and organized environment. I was offered a position at a country club as their assistant general manager. That was a lot more involved, as we had a golf course as well as a restaurant and several banquet rooms. I had similar duties, just on a much larger scale. At any given time, I would have 50 to 75 employees that I was responsible for. I was at this job for a bit over a year and a half. I was then offered a general manager position at a Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers. This restaurant is a chain restaurant, and I was quickly placed in charge of training for all of our locations in Nebraska and South Dakota, as well as managing my own location that grossed almost $2 million each year that I was in. Our location was used to test new products and be the standard for how Freddy's should be run. I worked with this company for 2.5 years, and while it was a joy to work for them, I was working 60 to 70 hours a week and quickly realized I couldn't keep that up. I decided that I was going to look for a more 9-to-5 job that would allow me time with my family and more flexibility to pursue the things that I enjoy. I had no experience in the accounting world other than budgeting and reconciling, and I was offered a position as accounts payable at a John Deere dealership. I tentatively took the job, not knowing what that would entail, but quickly grew to love the work. In the 3.5 years that I have been with the company, I have worked my way up and learned many functions of the accounting team. I'm currently leading a team of 5 people and do many things, including but not limited to reconciling payments, paying invoices, writing checks, sending ACHs, reconciling statements, and so much more. We're a large company with 27 locations and over 1,000 employees. I love my job, but it's not realistic for me to sustain. I now live here in New Mexico. That's what brings me here today. Let me tell you why I am the best person for this job. I'm highly organized, extremely efficient, and have a great sense of urgency. The culmination of my previous jobs and my work ethic prove that I'm comfortable in a leadership position and I can quickly adapt to any role. I have experience in accounting, and I have a proven track record of being responsible, honest, and full of integrity. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we'll move on to Mr. Barnes.
I'm Rick Barnes. I live in Lebanon. I've been there for 3 years. Looking at the state's handbook for the position, some of the requirements, I've got a bachelor's in finance, a couple of associates. It's responsible for the investment of the county's money. One time I held a Series 7 and 63 securities licenses, registered investment advisor, also licensed for life and property and casualty insurance. I spent 15 years in the hotel business. Started out on the job nobody wanted, the night audit that closed out the books every night. I spent 12 of those years as controller at 5 different properties. I'm responsible for all the money. I spent 2 years in the manufacturing business as controller. Spent 7 years working for the IRS as a manager. If you guys are doing your job well, you're going to ask questions or possibly my opinion. I'll give you the answers, and in my opinion, there may be times that you may not like what I tell you, but I'm not a yes man. I'll tell you what you need to know. That's pretty much it. Well, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, we'll now move to Kimberly.
Hi,
Yes.
good morning, everybody. So my name is Kimberly Proper. I currently work in the treasurer's office. I have a background in finance. I have a degree in business associations, and I really love the office that I work in. I think that it's a really multifaceted office that you have to really think on your feet and really understand the staff and really rely on the people around you. You have to work as a team to make sure that you have everything put together so that you don't get audits. You have to work together to problem solve and have a full understanding of how everything works. It's a constantly moving, constantly changing job where you really, really have to have your staff behind you. And these ladies are fantastic. And I have never gone to a job where I have been so happy to go to work. And I really, really enjoy this office. My first 2 months, I went to the FICO conference, and I took treasury classes with New Mexico Edge. I also met with other incoming treasurers and assessors who were just brought in and voted in. I also realized that going to a lot of these conferences is really important because you need to make connections with other parts of New Mexico and whether you like it or not, Santa Fe too. So I think that with my background in finance, the classes that I've taken, my great relationship with the staff, and well, honestly, I'm a go-getter. So I'll get the job done no matter what. And thank you for your time.
Thank you. All right, Mrs. Shipley.
Good morning. My name is Connie Shipley, and I have associate's degree in business management, computer finance, and accounting. I was worked in the treasurer's office between 2011 2012 as the chief deputy under Kathleen Snyder. And when Kathleen decided not to run for treasurer, I felt like my skills would help the office. At that time, they had Triadic, and they didn't know how to use the software. I'm a software person. I love computers, and so software is intriguing to me. So with the new staff, I got elected 2 terms from 2013 to 2020. With my staff, we learned Triadic. We took classes, went down there, and did the whole thing. I'm not against change, because we were on IBM typewriters when we started now. And I thought, no, we're going to go to PDF files and do a lot of scanning. So we integrated a lot of equipment in there and upgraded and moved forward. And I like to see the office keep moving forward. They've got a lot of challenges come ahead with my experience from the history I have with the county and the courthouse. I've been teaching these girls different things, how to manage and maneuver the software we're going through right now. So I hope you can serve me to keep me on.
Thank you. All right. Okay, now we will move on to department and agency reports. We'll start out with commissioner activities report. Who would like to begin? Me?
I'll start.
Okay. You have lots of interesting things.
All right, so there's been a lot going on. As far as the fiscal event, moving to Catherine County for the CLA, I think that's moving along pretty quickly. And if anyone on March 31st, all the conflict avoidance and indirect damages review. So if anyone would like to apply for that, get them into Deb. That would be for 22 and 23. And then about 10 days ago, we had the county meet and greet in Santa Fe, and that was a success. It went really well. We had some good donations. Kelly actually rallied for us and got some good donations. And anyway, talked to some senators and House reps, and it went really good. As far as like the wolves in the county, I don't know, probably a lot of you have seen, they're saying the count is at 286. So we need 320 for a running 4 years average. So they're thinking this last year, 24, would count as the first year before they can downlist them. Out of the 286 wolves they have, the thing is 75 to 80% they figure are in Catherine County. And the trapper that the county has hired has been doing really good. He's caught quite a few coyotes and at least 2 that we think could be hybrids that are gonna, like, the sample will probably be 60 days out, but they're getting shipped off to the lab, and we'll see what we actually have running on the ground. Other than that, it's just, it's been super, super busy, but that's all. So I have, I guess the commission is looking forward to going to DC around the 10th of April. We've got a bunch of meetings scheduled with people up there hoping to work on getting some management done of wolves and work more with Weldon Scenic and all the other issues that we're doing, but things are going good.
Can we talk a little more about the importance of proving that we've got this endangered species that's breeding with coyotes, potentially breeding with coyotes? What
Yeah.
that'll do to the program?
So our theory is, because I've talked to U.S. Fish and Wildlife, they know what we're doing. If there is proof that the wolf is breeding with the coyotes or wild dogs or whatever's out here, they're gonna have to, in their words, nuke the area. And so I'm good with them nuking the area, but we'll see, like, as the study goes of what we find and what we actually have here. I know the wildlife services, and I know that the county investigator are out every day going to 2 or 3 kills a day countywide. And then we're getting them pretty heavy in Cibola County, and they're really taking off and causing a lot of problems. I'm done, but you can.
Maybe other counties joining the CLLA, you want to mention?
Yeah, so I didn't know if I had said it last time, but I did a meeting with Grant County, and they were really excited and wanted to join the CLLA, which we're having a CLLA meeting on the 27th of this month. Got to talk to the board and see about what it would entail to have other counties join. I think that there's some other counties, like I think McKinley County would be good. I think Rio Arriba County. The guys up in the north are starting to see, I don't know what they actually have, whether it's Mexican Greys or it's some of the wolves from Colorado, but it's becoming a problem at least from statewide, except I guess the eastern part of the state doesn't have them yet, but it's really becoming a problem on the livestock producers and just the general public. We're having people that don't even really own cattle, but they're coming in and eating their pets off their porches. And, even at our school here in Reserve or Camado, like, they're too close to our children and our livelihoods. And I think it's time we get some management. So I'm done. You could talk more.
No, the amount of time that Audrey has been putting in, particularly on this program with the wolves, is amazing, and it's not just the work she's doing for Ketchum County, but for Sierra County, Socorro County, other counties that potentially are going to be damaged by the wolves. So I applaud Audrey for her commitment to this. On my report, the majority of it this month is all surrounding District 3. I received reports that our library, since it is open during the evenings, from time to time they get unusual people wandering into the library that don't want to leave, and there's potential for conflict. So I've been doing some review on camera systems that we can put into maybe our community centers or senior centers and libraries. That with today's technology, it's surprisingly inexpensive and can be installed. So I'll try to coordinate that with the county and see if we can't protect some of our volunteers beyond what we're doing now. I believe Glenwood Park met with the county. We do have a decent grant for Glenwood Park, and I'm speaking with the commission of the park right now to put in a informational sign, something similar to what the Village of Reserve did down on or what the Village of Reserve has done up here, duplicating something like that on Highway 180 in front of the senior center in Glenwood. to talk about all the activities that are happening throughout the summer. Hopefully we'll get that done. I have been speaking with some of the commissioners at Game and Fish. The hatchery in Glenwood is receiving a lot of dollars for upgrades. But unfortunately, the upgrades so far have been in technology and not in potential recreation upgrades that we're hoping to have. So we'll continue to work with the hatchery and Game and Fish. Our community centers, particularly the one in Glenwood, we're beginning to find some problems with safety regarding lighting. There are, again, new technologies out there for fantastic LED lighting, very inexpensive, and we're working on changing up the lighting systems in Glenwood. If it works the way we think it will, I think we'll use that as an example for some of the other community centers for safety upgrades. That's all I have.
All right. Well, so in District 1, everyone knows that we have a community center that is hopefully going to be started here pretty soon. And we are actually talking today and finalizing for the purchase of the building, and then hopefully get the foundation started. There's testing that's needing to be done on the well that's up there that's existing, and then the decision is going to be made whether to work that existing well in or to tie in city water and sewer up to the new community center. I know lots of people, you might come here and be like, man, all they do is talk about wolves, but it's something that is increasing, and there are kills happening where there has never been any wolves before within our county and outside of our county. And the problem is just going to expand if something isn't done to curb it. One thing that we're also going to try to do right now, the wolf program, they were pretty smart. They tied the numbers into Mexico. So basically they can't delist the wolf or change the program until Mexico reaches a certain static number of viable wolves. And every single wolf that they send to Mexico is killed. The last time that we had talked with them, there was one wolf that was still alive down there. And we send them millions of dollars to conduct their wolf program. But even if we max out our numbers here because we're tied to Mexico, if Mexico isn't meeting their number of wolves, then they won't delist the program. So that's another aspect that we're going to try to get changed, and that we are going back as a commission to meet with hopefully representatives and hopefully be a squeaky wheel so that they'll understand the problem that we have here. And then we might just have to move more drastic measures and maybe load the dead cattle and just dump them out on the front of the legislature in Santa Fe, get a little bit of publicity of what we're going through down there. But no, everything is, the one thing that we can count on is change, and I know that the county's been going through some change, and I want to thank Ms. Mahler for her stepping in and for the things that she's been able to do, and we'll hear from her on her reports. And we're fixing to have another change in the treasurer because Joyce moved on and is still with us, so that's thankful there. And hopefully that will be a positive change too for the county, whatever direction the county goes. And that is the end of my report. So we will move on to Forest Service report. Turn it over to Mr. Chavez.
Actually, we have Elizabeth Tone here as well. Come on over here. I take the lead. So, Elizabeth is the district ranger for Silver City and Glenwood, and then she has a deputy, Tony Ivada. I'll let her kind of just go through and just give you a little bit on. Hi, Elizabeth. You, what I was going to talk about.
Okay.
What I do.
Like you cover whatever.
Okay. So, yeah, I'm honored that Supervisor House,
Hi,
hi.
thank you for coming up here. Remind us of your last name again.
My last name is Tony, Tony, and my deputy's name is Tony. That's his first name. So if you yell Tony, you'll get one of us. Yeah, so, honored that, Supervisor House, allows me to serve as a Glenwood District Ranger as well. Just a brief background, I worked on the Gila for 2 years on the Silver City and Glenwood districts before, working on some other forests, and then I was really excited to come back to the Gila because I love the Gila very much. So, in terms of things going on in Glenwood specifically, we started the Dry Creek project where we're removing some mesquite and juniper to open it up, maybe some more grass. So we're doing that internally with our skid steer. So we only have about 10 acres done right now, but we have specific areas in the 250 acre unit that we're working on. I'm hoping to move forward here. I think we got the green light for the agreement we have with NFF to move forward, hopefully on the information we need to complete the NEPA for the Pueblo Park fuel break, which is basically doing mastication on the Pueblo Park County Road and up to 209. You know, in the past, you all know we've had some fires from Arizona come across and in that area, and so this will provide a little bit more safety for folks out there. And then we completed the Whitewater project out at the catwalk this last week. The contractors were great, completed in like 2 weeks. We made some bigger pools from the picnic area to the first bridge. And we worked with Game and Fish on that project. They shocked the fish, took them to the hatchery, and I was out on Tuesday. People are loving playing in the pools, especially at spring break right now, so kids were having a great time. Made some areas to eat for kids to easier get down to those pools. So I'm hoping we can continue that kind of work. And moving forward, I would like to work on finding some funding for replacing the signage out at the catwalk. You know, it's a little sun beat, and you know, it'd be nice to work on getting that spruced up a bit for folks around. And then I think, Randall, are you going to go into stage 1 fire restrictions?
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead and cover.
So the forest as a whole moved into stage 1 fire restrictions. The key points there is you need to have fires in designated areas or designated fire rings at our facilities. And, you know, smoking is not prohibited. And then there are, of course, caveats to all that. So if you're a contractor and you're doing some welding, we ask that you have water nearby or things like that. So it's specifically written out. And if you guys don't have a copy of that, happy to get it to you. And then the other big news is the continuing resolution passed, so we're all still here and we have a budget sort of, and we're hoping to move forward with some things that we were gonna do. So that's kind of another big news. Throw it to Randall. Unless there are questions, I'll throw it to Randall.
I've got a question.
Sure.
On the grasslands restoration that you're doing along 180, how did you say you're pulling the trees or mastication?
We're plucking, so we have an attachment on our skid steer, and we're pulling the juniper out and the mesquite per the prescription. And we're hoping to open it up to people once we're done with the bigger area to take that material away. So okay. Mesquite's great for barbecuing, and then firewood with the juniper. So
are you using any poison on any of the other woody species, or is it all just plucking?
No, it's just plucking. That NEPA didn't include the use of herbicide. However, for the Pueblo Park project, I'm hoping through the fuel break CB doesn't allow the use of herbicide. So I'm hoping that we will be able to use it mainly like, you know, the cut stump method.
I'm asking these questions. I worked on that grasslands restoration.
Yes, sir.
Took a while for it to happen. I'm excited that it's happening. It was going to be around 1,200 acres. What is it currently?
I think it's around 1,000. That being said, there are areas for treatment, and then there's some areas that had to be excluded. I can get you a map if you'd like, to show you specifically the area you'd like to do that.
I would very much like to see it. And are all of the allotment holders supporting it?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't heard anything negative, about it, so,
Okay, good.
yep. So far, so good.
The original idea was to generate grasslands and more habitat for antelope. Is that still part of the thought process?
Well, so when I came on, a project that the district was working on kind of got put on hold, which was a much larger area of the district for grassland restoration. And so, I think I'd like to work on picking that back up in the future. It's not on the program of work for this year, but since they had made such great headway, I'd like to see it move forward, and that would be a much larger area that would include work across the district where appropriate, where the grassland restoration is appropriate.
Okay, and one final question. There was a lot of discussion about mastication and the chips being able to hold moisture in the ground a little better for the grass recovery.
Yeah.
Is that still part of the plan moving
There
ahead?
are certain pockets of the project where that's still on the table. It just didn't have any funding to contract that out to anyone this year to do. So I'm working on finding funding for that.
Thank you.
Mhm.
And we apologize, actually, Celeste,
Celeste, she goes by Daisy.
she goes by Daisy, Celeste Kinsey, she's the new district ranger for reserve, and she was going to be here, but she had a bad sinus infection, and it's had her down pretty much most of the week, so otherwise, it would have been 3 of us here.
Elizabeth, I know I owe you some information. I haven't forgotten. I left town leaving the laptop I needed at home, but I will get you the promised information.
Sure, sounds great.
Okay.
Yeah, well, Elizabeth done a great job, she's holding down the southern half is where
Getting paid double for doing 2 jobs, right?
No, I'm happy to be where I'm at, happy to have a job, happy to still working for the Forest Service, so I'll take what I got.
So, just a few other updates, you guys are all aware of our administration change. We do have a new Secretary of Agriculture and also a new Chief of the Forest Service. We're hearing and learning about them as they've been introduced, so we've kind of received a little bit about their priorities and they're trickling down. We did have a meeting and we've discussed our forest priorities. Our Mill Houses passed that down to us, and of course timber is at the top, and then develop rec, and then range as well. The thing about it is that we do have limited personnel, which we're not increasing the numbers. But we're trying to come up with strategic ways to get all these priorities done with limited personnel, and I think we've got a very decent plan. And until as Elizabeth mentioned, and also as fire season, it's supposed to be hot and dry. We're not showing any relief actually coming in the future. The Lincoln actually had 2, if not 3 fires yesterday or day before yesterday. One, and it was during that wind, and one went to 100 acres at least, if not more. And I'm familiar with that country as well, Mayhill, and it's a lot of wind-driven fires on the Lincoln, and that was one yesterday, or day before yesterday. We'll see. From what our predictions have showed, our Southwest predictions, they give us actually it's a national prediction, and we track kind of the red spot, Oklahoma and Texas, and we've seen some fires already in Oklahoma as well. And it's going to be eastern side of New Mexico as progress into April and May, then the western side of New Mexico, May and June. So we'll hopefully improve moisture. He thinks that.
Or the timber, before you go by timber sales, are they still on schedule as you mentioned last month? Anything change?
Actually, I was going to cover that right now.
Oh,
actually, timber sales is with my last topic, and swap. I believe it's about 98% complete, and they should be kind of wrapping up the last of the unit, and of course closing out that unit. But we're trying to get it where where there actually, we have a pre-work, and I want to say it's next week, I'd have to check my calendar, for the booth timber sale. And so, once we do the pre-work, then they can go ahead and start working after they made their payment into that. And, last I heard is actually that they were, as of Monday, they were marking the last 36 acres.
On Booth?
On Booth. It probably is today, they ought to be getting pretty dang close, because we borrowed people from ABRS to come over and help us finish marking.
And when's Swap gonna come up for sale?
No, swap is done.
It's done.
It's actually there, that's where they're working right now.
Oh, 90% complete in the harvesting. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
harvesting,
Got
so
it.
that's what they're trying to do, is they're kind of buying some time until they can get and start working it. And it's the same contractor, so, well, somewhat, I believe the ladies are transitioning over to Benji, which was one of their operators.
Okay.
And, but yeah, and we're pushing to get the cruise design all completed on that, so they can start working as soon as possible. The Bill timber sale, I got word actually Tuesday, that we will have a strike team coming from Region 8, which is our eastern states. And they will be here June 9th through 25th and there'll be a strike team of 8 coming to mark the Bill timber sale. We only have them from June 9th till the 25th. We're hoping maybe that they'll come for that period of time, and then we'll get another strike team of 8 after that, and they can hopefully get it marked as well. Through hook or crook, we're trying to get all we can get done with timber, but we only have 2 to 3 personnel right now as far as timber markers. And then yesterday I did go out and visit, we had our regional silviculturist was down, and actually we do have a silviculturist that's in training, and they were looking at the Roaring timber sale, and they have a prescription that's in draft form right now, and that one is along Roaring Mesa, that's north of Luna as well. So we're trying to continue on and try to provide steady timber sales throughout the years, and hopefully we can keep up with the pace. But again, back to us limited personnel, we'll get her done.
So I have a question for you. Can Firewise dump in the reserve / pit? That might be it for Daisy.
The easy question, the Sheridan one's open in Glenwood, we do need to burn that soon, because I think there's only one kind of bin left.
And how about Willow Creek? Cause I know that one's full too.
Yeah, I got permission from the deputy forest supervisor to proceed with burning the slash pits. Our other burns are a bit on hold at the moment, for a number of reasons, dry conditions, and then, so we can ask Daisy what she's thinking about that.
Yeah, I know there's been some discussions, but I believe they want to keep it open. It's just that there's a lot of trash being put into it.
That's our biggest problem, is trash getting thrown in there, and then have to work real hard to get that out, or then if there's too much, we can't burn it. So it's just kind of tough.
And do you guys think on I guess Willow Creek's really full, and I know you probably can't burn it with the drought. Like, is there a way to make it bigger?
That's easy.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I'm not familiar. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And the problem with reserve is that, you know, the issue is the fire folks going out there to burn it, and it's got all this trash, which is a hazard to them with the smoke. You know, it's got all kinds of stuff in it.
We don't know what's in there.
And, you know, I talked with Jeff a little last month, and that's the big issue is, you know, I think one thing that might be helpful is with the current trash in there, there's a way to chip that crap so they don't have to breathe. If the county could help chip it, that would eliminate the hazard of the smoke to guys and gals that are out there wanting to burn it and keep it secure.
I have passed on to Scott Johnson that, I mean, it's a little bit more of a drive. I know diesel's not as cheap as it was either, but Baca Pit up by Kamado Lake, he's welcome to bring as much as he wants up there.
So on the trash in the slash pits, you got to get us pictures of the trash. And I'll tell you, at least in District 3, they're tired of hearing about trash in the slash pits when it's not there. It seems like it's a common statement that comes out, we're going to burn, but we're not going to burn any longer because there's trash. And I've gone up there and looked after that statement's come out saying we've got trash, and I don't see any. So please don't make it a common statement if there is not trash available, because people are afraid you're crying wolf. This is in District 3.
Is there lumber with paint on it or anything like that, or stuff?
You know,
that's not,
sometimes
that's not
there's barnwood.
natural treat.
Yeah, sometimes there's barnwood in there.
See anything with paint? That's toxic.
The last time I went up, there was like carpet and stuff that we took out, and other like somebody, I think, was renovating their house and dumping that kind of stuff. And so I know people might think that's trash, but it's trash in our mind, because when we burn that's the chemicals and stuff coming out. I hear you though, and we do have some pictures of trash in the slash pit that I can share. Right now, I think the slash pit is pretty good, actually. We re-pushed it, and we did take the trash out that we did see, so I'm not saying there's trash now. It's just, I needed the okay to burn the slash pit right now.
We support your efforts in the slash pits. In fact, we generated posters and we put them up around the county saying, look, your slash pits are at risk. If we need to update the pictures, that's probably what we should do.
Yeah.
All right.
And I think one successful thing, the county did help with, the Pleasanton line that Navapache just did. That material we worked with Scott to take it to the slash pit. So that's what most of the material is right now.
Okay.
Any report from us unless there's questions?
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll move on to the manager report.
Okay, so we've been pretty busy, and then I printed out everything that I had, and then I left it. So I recreated that, nothing like recreating your work. So Crosby Road is complete, so that's amazing. So both the contractor and the county, so Stantec has finalized, so they're finalizing that paperwork, and I don't think Mark is here, but his crew did some amazing work up there. We are moving forward with the FAA, the Reserve Airport grants. So we have some reimbursements that the county has not applied for, so that's good. So KSA is our, they're working with the FAA on our behalf to kind of get some funds back that are due to us, but we anticipate the runway improvements beginning possibly in September. So that's moving forward. We did have a meeting with the Forest Service yesterday on the beacons. Jerry Laney is working with Mr. Levine on some of those beacons. There's a total of 4 who are kind of somewhat standing. So we do have to improve access through the Forest Service to get to those beacons for construction work. So we're working with the Forest Service on that. Becky, and she can speak more on this, is meeting with the departments regarding their individual budget. So that's moving forward. So I imagine Becky will have a presentation there. Joyce is getting the grants organized and, basically so they can be easier to stay on top of. She's basically recreating so many, files at this point and just trying to gather what needs to be done and stuff. So Joyce can probably speak on her behalf there. I have continued to meet with the fire and EMS chiefs. They have some concerns. We are trying to, improve situations. One of the things that they did bring up was the need for burn restrictions. So that's something we can possibly bring to the board shortly. There is definitely a need there. We have a meeting tomorrow regarding what you briefly touched on with Clamato for the water line, because we have 2 alternatives. We have an existing well, but we don't know what the potability of that well is. And so we're going to meet with the water company to see what the feasibility of connecting to that water system. So we're checking both avenues at the same time. We actually have this is something that has been, so Catherine County has never had an opioid remediation representative. This is a volunteer position, so we have one finally. I've worked with Shauna, and so we are working towards that. I have been told by Shauna the biggest opioid issue that we have in Catherine County actually deals with people that are on hospice, somebody taking their medication. Okay, so we're getting somebody that's working with the senior center and that can kind of guide through that. So that's good for us. The other thing that Audrey briefly touched on was CLLA is really, really busy. We have, not only do we have the applications for indirect damages, and conflict avoidance. Conflict avoidance is due on March 31st. So that gets monies back to the producers, replacing some of what they've spent on conflict avoidance. But we also have wolf activity in the North County. We've had 3 depredations near Wild Horse subdivision, which is a pretty populated, just a little satellite up in the county. So it's kind of far from, I think it's about 17 miles from Pie Town would be the closest area. But that development has several homes. I would guesstimate probably about 30. So there is a good chunk of population. So I have released a press release. Audrey shared it, and then it was shared probably 50, 60 times after that. So we're trying to get the news aware. The chief is going to do an article on it. We've been busy, and I will forward you guys' name.
All right. Thank you. Any questions? We're good. We'll move on to department reports. Yes, ma'am.
I have one. I have one.
Awesome.
And I'm going to apologize in public to Deborah. She witnessed it makes a meltdown. But it took me 3 weeks to have it. Took me 3 weeks to have it. So this is just the partial. I haven't started on the airport or the roads yet because there's just a lot. And this is where we're at so far. These are all open. These are all open up top. These are everything that's we're currently working on. I have made contact with DFA to have them go over with me. I haven't heard back from her. I had one contact with her and then she was supposed to call me back and she hasn't yet. It's to have training to go over notice of obligations, the protocol, the process, all of that needs to be handled with all the DFA grants. Same process in effect with Priscilla at the COG for the Colonia and KFA and the airport. I need to make contact with HUD for the Luna contract, the community center grant. Working with my contact for the Motto, and I'll have some more information with that when we meet tomorrow. Airports, I've got the 3 down there. We do have some more that we probably have 5 more that I need to look at, but these ones are coming up due pretty quick. Upcoming in May, I did put on there the senior center outlay grants as well. They're down at the bottom. Those will be coming up. And if you'll notice down at the very bottom, the 2025 capital recently applied for, we will know by April 11th. There is going to be a possible additional $400,000 for the Glenwood Park, bringing their total to $750,000.
On road grounds.
Yeah. And then the vehicle purchase. So we've got till April 11th to look at that. We also, up at the top, where is it? There's one for the Kamado Community Center that shows the 300, not the 300,000 in the purple, but the other one. That is going to expire, but they did put in a reversion, so hopefully we'll know by April 11th. But if not, it's still good till the June 30th, so that's what we're gonna get the building out of, and as much as we can before it reverts, if we don't get the extension.
H 2916?
It's the, yes, well, I think it's that one, I do, it's one that's 2025.
260. Yeah. Oh, I thought it was for 300.
No, it's for 200,000, I'm
Okay.
sorry, it's the
Okay.
one for 200,000. And we do have that art and public places that we need to spend too, and the 300,000 on the other one, got to do the art and public places.
Okay.
But that 183,000 is what we have left for the Model Community Center that needs to be spent ASAP. If not, they're trying to get a reversion. I don't know. We should know by April 11th.
But with the building and foundation and hopefully
If we can get it all spent
hopefully,
prior to
yeah.
then. Because remember, we're going to be put on a lot of these grants here too, which I didn't realize this till I started making phone calls. When you first get a grant from DFA, you have 90 days to make your first notice of obligation. And then after that, you can make them whenever. But if you don't do them within that first 90 days, they put you on kind of like a probation that you probably won't get to use the grant. So that's my priority, is getting those done first, so that we're sure that we don't lose those. We do have some that they've kind of put us on the side that we can go ahead and move forward on some of these that we didn't meet that 90-day because of the turnover that we've had. That we're at the end of the actual contract, and so, or the grant, so we have to move forward.
I just remember on the, whenever they got the $1 million for the Luna Community Center, there was another 200,000. Have you come across anything like that?
I haven't.
It was it was kind of at the same time, and there was, cause they did $1 million for that, and then they were like, and then there was 200,000 for the rodeo grounds in Luna.
Okay, now for the rodeo grounds, there's still a little bit of money left in that one, but it's not a grant. It's off the LATCF.
Yeah, it's the 60,000.
It's the LATCF. And there's still a little bit of money left.
But don't you remember whenever we got the $1 million? Was that not? It wasn't a separate 200,000. That was
No, I thought it was a separate 200,000.
That's what I thought.
There must not. It may not have been approved, but I'll check on it.
If you call,
I can look through emails because I think Alan Friedmar is the one that had originally emailed and said we got $1 million and then we got the 200,000. It's at the same time.
Okay.
You'll need to, because there's no information of that up top. So yeah.
Hey, I'll research that.
Melanie Goodman can tell you right away.
Because it wasn't. I know it was not the LATCF or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is no paperwork whatsoever.
Okay.
On it.
I'll look up some emails and see.
Okay.
Melanie Goodman sent out a blanket email, and it was on that list along with the $1 million.
Right. That's what I remember.
Yeah.
Okay. So if that's something, then we need to be checking on that. But there is no information of that whatsoever. Okay.
On the community center improvements, not the one in purple, but the H 2916, is that at risk of being lost at all?
No, it's through 2027, and I'm working with Giovanna at DFA on all of these. She said the 3 that are highlighted are the only 3 in yellow. Those are the only 3 she's concerned about right now. So I will get on those.
Do we know, is that 300,000 going to be split equally between all the community centers?
I need to read what it says.
I hope.
Yeah, I need to read on there and see what the scope of work is, if it's anything designated, or if we can go ahead and decide what needs to be done with it.
All right.
Okay. Anything else?
I can't wait until you get the $1 million grant on there for Luna,
Well,
the HUD grant.
yeah, it's.
You don't need to right away, but it'll.
No, but we need to get it. We need to do the EPA, and then it will be. And we can use soft costs on that. I did check on that. We can pay for the NEPA first out of that $1 million, even though they don't. If they don't approve it, we can still, that's a soft cost that we can use.
Okay.
So we can pay for it out of there. Okay. Anything else?
No, ma'am, thank you.
Glad you're
Thank you
working
for
on
your
this stuff.
information. Any other departments that, Mr. Hughes?
I just got a little bit of working on the LEPF funds, the law enforcement protection funds. I have a signature page that needs to be signed. I said, hopefully the agenda didn't make it. I spoke to Adrian, it does not need to be on the agenda. If I can leave it with you.
Yes, sir.
Signature on it.
Yep.
That would be the only thing. Staffing is still playing an issue. We're getting short. I have one young man from Winston who's applied. He needs to get his certification reinstated, which requires him to go to the academy for 2 weeks, which he's gonna do on his own. So it'll be May or June before he can actually go to work. He's got, I think, about 3 or 4 years of experience with Sierra County. It's highly recommended for them. He went to the oil field for a while and made his fortune. Dispatchers were fully staffed dispatch, if I can say that. They're all state certified as of earlier this month, so other than that, really doesn't have anything else. One really busy month. Any questions?
Thank you for the work you and your deputies are doing.
Yep, yeah, and hopefully, you'll get some more stability there, because I know that you had worked and got fully staffed and everything.
Yeah,
Trained
Yes,
them
sir.
for somebody else.
pretty much.
Hey,
It
so
happens.
on the, and I'm sure that you know, like on this sheet here, you have $30,000 still left to spend before June 30th on some type of vehicle.
I thought it was 12.
You've got encumbered, that doesn't include encumbered, we're good.
Okay,
All right,
take care of it.
all right, awesome, thank you. Okay. I don't think that there's any other departments, or,
Yes, just
Yes,
as far
sir.
as the fire departments go for Catherine County, January, February, we've had 11 wildland fires. 8 of those 11 have been human caused, and they range from 80 acres on the large size down to just under 1 acre.
okay,
Okay.
thank you. All right. We'll have the county trapper give a report real quick.
In Montana, Vegas, I've got about 8 coyotes now, and got 2 wolves. One of them was, I'd say it's down for, I think it was a hybrid, but I don't think it was hybrid with a coyote. I think it was a hybrid of a timber wolf with a gray wolf, because they were telling me it was a pup, and it was about the same size as a 3-year-old wolf that I caught, about a week before that. So, I've got those 2, and then I've got a coyote hybrid cross that I think, is pretty spot on. But, I've been out there trapping every day. I check my traps every 24 hours. And, I also try to call at least every other day. And, whether I'm over there and doing a trap in or, whatnot, I try to at least come call over here by town too, to let them have some problems here. So, that's basically what I've got so far, and I hope you guys will continue to, give me another contract. Hope we can get rid of some problems.
Yes, sir. Yeah, appreciate the work that you're doing.
I've been trying
Yep.
to get rid of some coyotes at least, work with the landowners and everybody. But, I've been working with U.S. Fish and Wildlife too. When I catch the wolves, call them right away. And, that last one that got shipped to Albuquerque, I think they have some blood samples on that too. So hopefully we can just get some testing in and see what we have in the town.
Yes, sir.
Thank y'all.
You jumped right in and were effective very quickly.
Yes,
We
sir.
appreciate that.
You're my hero, like.
All right, thank you.
Any questions for anybody?
Good job.
Thank you.
All right. We'll move on to action items, and there's going to be starting on D. Approval of the Luna Community Center Management Agreement and bylaws. Open the floor for discussion.
Mr. Chairman, if I might, we received what was presented by Luna Community Center, and it's very much the same as what you have already approved for the Glenwood Community Center, which is, they will basically manage the community center. We'll take care of capital improvements if we have the finance, they'll take care of the everyday sort of thing in exchange for basically to pay, if it's in the budget, $500 a month for them to do it, which means that, if they lease the building out pursuant to the building use policy, those funds come back to the county, but they get the $500 as it goes on. If it's been working out with Glenwood, and I'm sure Commissioner Forward can talk more about that, then, I think it's a good partnership if it's working out. That's the basics of the agreement. They've also presented their bylaws, which are also similar to what I had helped work on for the Glenwood bylaws. The only caveat I would say, same with the Glenwood, is I would just acknowledge those bylaws. They are a private organization, so you would not approve their bylaws. That's for them to approve, but you would want to see them and acknowledge that you've seen them. But you would approve the agreement if it's something this board is interested in. To do the same if it's working out with Glenwood. So.
It is working out with Glenwood. I mentioned the upgrades in lighting and the new technology that's out there. And it appears that upgrade can be done through the community center budget. And that budget is supported by the $500 a month. So yeah, it's working well so far.
And so this would also be similar to the one at Tomato then?
That's right, we did only Tomato, so I guess that's the same, yes.
Yeah.
So it would be the same as with
All right.
With the three. So that is important that we, have consistency. And of course, different communities may need changes in the future with the operating agreement. It can be terminated by either party, but if it works out, then you have the $500 a month, and I don't see an issue with it, but you probably would want to hear from the community center.
Becky?
Got no problem with that.
Okay, just got to make sure.
Thank you for checking.
Yes, ma'am. All right. So if there's no further discussion, is there a motion?
So the motion isn't to approve, it's to acknowledge?
The motion to approve the management agreement and to acknowledge the bylaws.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
It's been motioned second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Consideration of agreement with Presbyterian Medical Services for County Health Clinic. Yes, ma'am.
I'm the administrator for the Peckham County Medical Center. And our lease agreement is up for renewal. So this is a renewal for 4 years. And I believe you guys have a copy of it, correct? Okay. So just to give you a little update on the clinic services, we continue to provide medical services. We are open in person 5 days a week. Our provider is in reserve. His name is Lazaro Gonzalez, and he is in reserve on Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays. He works at the Kamado Clinic on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. On those Tuesdays and Wednesdays, he is able to see patients through video conference, so they can come into the clinic here in reserve. They can get their vitals, if they need any injections or vaccines or anything like that, they can have those done, and then they will see him through televideo, utilizing that service. We also have our dentist is here. He's part-time. He is here. He works 4 10-hour days a month. We provide dental services. And our behavioral health provider is full-time. So she covers both the Kamado and reserve clinics. She comes in person 1 day a month up to both sites.
so that she can see people in person, and she also does virtual and real presence or the televideo visits. And we also have a prescribing psychiatrist. So for those patients that need medication management or any psychotropic medications, they come into the clinic and we're able to see them and get those medicines prescribed to them. So those are our services. We have our in-house drug room, which our medications are between $10 and $25, which is a real savings. I know we have patients that they either send their medication to their mail order or to Western Drug or a pharmacy. And one prescription yesterday, their copay is $1,200 a month. And they can't afford that. So we were able to get that medication for $10. So it's a huge service that we are able to provide is our medications for those patients that need them.
How did you achieve that? I hate to interrupt, but I can't.
So we are able to, because we're a federally qualified health center, we're able to purchase 340B medications. So it's a program through the federal government that we purchase them. Medications cost, I don't know, $1.87 for a medication, and the retail price is $1,200. So it's crazy. So we're able to purchase it. We have a different pricing agreement than retail pharmacies. So like Western Drug, they pay more for that medication. We're able to get it through a 340B pricing. So that's part of a benefit of having a federally qualified health center and being part of that. Does that answer the question?
Yeah, I'm just astonished.
Yeah, it's amazing. Eliquis is, people are having to pay $600-700 for their copay.
Yeah.
And they can get it with us and $25 or less. So it's a huge, huge savings.
It's fantastic service, yes.
And we do offer services on a sliding fee scale. So all of our services, dental, medical, and behavioral health are offered on the sliding fee scale. That's based on your household size and income. And we also have a program for our behavioral health patients. It's called Falling Colors. It's through the state of New Mexico. So those are the services that we provide. We provide all vaccines, both for children, BSC, and adults. And we're committed to continuing to provide medical services. I know there is a rumor that the clinic was closing. That is incorrect. We will remain open. We have had to change our model slightly to make sure that we're open, but we are committed to providing services and keeping our clinic open and keeping medical services here for our community. And we're going through Joint Commission. They are going to be surveying this year, so we appreciate the county's support in getting, the outside of the building, the stucco, man, I don't know if you've seen it, it looks amazing. Yep. And we're starting to work on the inside, so, thank you guys, because we couldn't do it. The inside hasn't been updated since it was built in '87. So thank you guys for your support and the ability to get that updated and get the things fixed that need to be fixed. So thank you.
You bet. You're welcome. And
Any questions?
I don't have any. I'm just grateful that you guys are here and for the service that you provide for our communities in county. Because, yeah, there's a bunch of people that just, it's a hardship for them to travel for any kind of medical services. And so we're just grateful that you're here.
Thank you.
Is there anything additional you need from the county that we're unaware of?
No, your support. You guys provide the building, which we're very grateful. PMS is operated at a loss. It's very hard to continue with our locums, and I know that that's not the best because we really like to have another Dr. Nelblett come in and stay here and live here. So we're currently recruiting for a full-time provider to come and live here and be a part of our community. In the meantime, we're utilizing locums. So there is a change, but we are hoping to fill that position And so for the county, just, continue to provide the support that you do with the building and also just getting the funding for the repairs that are desperately needed to bring it up to code and make it. There's some safety issues, like the floors when they're cracked and you can't sanitize it, germs can get in there. So those need to be replaced so that it really is a safety and quality of care. So thank you. That's what you guys can do, is just getting those items fixed or repaired or replaced in the clinic will be a great help.
Okay. So maybe we can send somebody over there and help to generate a list of things that need to be done. Oh, okay.
We've been.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right.
And we PMS did have an individual come out that completely did like an engineer they did the floor plan and got all the what do you call it? The measurements for all the rooms, and so they know exactly what needs to be done, and they have the quotes to repair it.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
If you guys if you guys approve the lease, if you guys sign that, you can get it to me. I'll get it up to our executive director, and he'll sign it, and then you guys will have a fully implemented contract. All right. Thank you.
All right. Is there any further discussion on this?
Oh, and I did want to say one thing. We are having our teen health fair in Kamado. We bring up the reserve students. That's on Wednesday, April 16th. You guys are always invited, and if anybody would like to have a booth, that would be great. It's a college and career fair on the same day. We also are having a health fair in the northern end of the county this year. And it's going to be in Kamado on June 21st, Saturday, June 21st. And we are working on getting the mobile unit for assured imaging for mammograms and DEXA scans to be there to provide those at that event. And I'll give you more information when that comes.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hopefully we can post that on the county website as well.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. All right. So there's no further.
I've got a quick question for Adrian. Adrian, the contract is substantial. Did you get a chance to review it?
I believe that we prepared this contract.
We prepared it. Okay, then I love it.
Right. Seeing there's no further discussion, is there a motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve the contract with.
I'll second.
Been motion and second. All in favor? Aye. All right. Item E, approval of health clinic, Foster Lane revised survey plan. Open floor for discussion.
Tammy Caber with Gila Land Surveying. Earlier last year, you gave approval of getting Foster Lane and a portion that crossed over into the storm drainage area to build the village.
Yes, ma'am.
And to fix all the encroachments between 5 entities up there. And it took me about 8 months to get approval with the village because they were dealing with the Dollar General mess. And it was just too much at that point. So in October, Lauren signed, and by the time I got a hold of Hilda, she had raised questions about vacating 2nd Street, which lays west of the cemetery and west of the fire office and just goes straight off the mesa. And so my solution was, after her not wanting to sign just because of that, just to take off the 2nd Street vacation. And so I've redone the survey plat, but Adrian thought to keep the chain clean of approvals to go ahead and get it approved, just removing the 2nd Street vacation off of the original one that was approved.
Okay.
I've got the original sketches, the signed one, and the revised one with me, if you guys wanna see it.
Is this in the packet?
I don't believe that it's in the packet, but it's similar to what, again, what the commission directed.
Everything.
Yeah, well, it doesn't mess with the Foster Street Health Clinic or property at all. It doesn't change. It's clear west of there.
Do we need to sign anything?
Deborah will have to sign, and I can get with her next. I just didn't want to print up all the copies till I got approval, so.
Okay, and so the only thing that will be changing off that is the one thing is gonna be left out.
Yeah, Second Street will remain just going straight off the main six, the highway.
Right.
Are you okay with this, Audrey?
I am. I think that's what we want.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Seeing as there's no further discussion, is there a motion?
I'll make a motion, we approve, the Foster Lane revised survey plat.
I'll second.
It's been motion second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you all very much. I'm ready to have this one done.
No.
Okay, approval, item F, approval of purchase of license plate recognition system from Vetted Solutions for the Sheriff's Office to be purchased and reimbursed by USDP. All right, open floor for discussion.
Through our storm guards funding, we get the War Trail, they had money left over in 2022, which they have allowed us to buy several pieces of equipment. One of them is a license plate reader. And they also approved some night vision, and they approved some radars for the vehicle. The license plate reader, I got with Becky, would you pay for it out of the LECF? The only money comes back reimbursed back to that lab. And it ties directly into Border Patrol system, so if they have traffic down south, when it comes through here, they'll know, you know, if the vehicles hit them there, down there, they'll know it's coming through our area as well.
Awesome.
Or if, like, rob a store or a bank or involved in a murder, they get that last plate entered, they'll let us know if it comes into the county.
So I'm just curious, and I'm gonna approve it, obviously, it's nice upgrade. What, where would the system be set up?
Probably 180 down south somewhere.
Okay.
Where all that criminal
That's the direct
activity happens in different.
Move down. Could we keep trying to push her north? Get out of our
traffic, water related traffic comes through that way.
All right.
But it is mobile, we can put it right in the county.
Yes, sir. So if you feel like there's a need to move it or whatever. All right. Any further discussion? Seems as there is none. Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Good motion second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Moving on to G, approval of contract amendment for MSA with Stantec Engineering. Open the floor for discussion. What? So let me pull this up.
Yeah, which, what is the name on the,
It's Catron MSA. So,
right here?
yeah, there's two of them.
This is for engineering services, and I don't have, Joy, do we know which one this is for?
No, and what I was kind of remembering with it was renewal, just.
Yeah, it's just an extension,
But just for the contract.
I know.
service,
I don't want to.
Anything in particular.
yeah, so, and I don't have the documentation.
So it's not locking us into a program.
No.
It's just that we will continue to look at doing business with them.
Correct,
Right.
for their engineering aspects
Yeah.
of their, and it's a fee schedule.
And they have they have their rates down here.
Yeah.
Which is usually their first rate.
This is just like,
And then-
it's on the dollar rate.
Yeah.
They need to add a few zeros to that, know what I get. No, we're good.
Now, we still need them on Mangus Lane,
Yeah.
so.
All right, well, is there any other discussion? Seems as there is none.
I know Audrey wants to make that motion.
You make that.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
There's been motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, moving on to H, approval of purchase of building materials from Mueller for this model community. Open the floor for discussion.
Love it.
Yeah. So finally.
This was the building that Patty Sheehan and group chose, so the Mueller building. It meets, the cap, so we're good with the, so we just want your
Yeah.
approval. Yeah, it's about 2,400 square feet.
You like it?
Well, I was hoping for bigger, but guess we take what we can get.
We won't get bigger, it's okay.
This is designed in such a way that it's easy to add on to, so. This building is something that with minimal engineering can be added to.
Right.
Okay, I'll make a motion, we approve the purchase of the building.
I'll second that.
It's been motion second, all in favor? Aye. Consideration of resolution 54-2025, revising resolution number 57-2021, title change from Catron County Emergency Manager to Catron County Fire Chief Emergency Manager and scope of work. Open the floor for discussion.
So there is a typo in this title on your
Okay.
agenda. So the actual resolution is a title change from the Catron County Fire Chief to the Catron County Fire EMS Administration and Emergency Manager. So it should not be Fire Chief, it should be Fire Administration.
Okay.
Yeah, so the agenda is incorrect, but the resolution is.
It's correct on the agenda. It's fine if it's something you all are interested. Okay. Not on the agenda, on the resolution.
And this would, in changing the title of this, it would assist in qualifying for the.
So we have an existing resolution that names the fire chief, and since we are now the goal of the county, we're replacing that with the fire administrator. So that makes it legal with this modified resolution.
Okay.
And I guess next month, there's a resolution we should probably cancel. It's a 2-year-old resolution identifying some of the responsibilities and job titles that we have that would change a little bit here. So I'll give you that resolution number and we'll put it on the agenda.
All right. Is there any further discussion? Seeing as there is none, is there a motion?
I'll motion.
I'll second.
It's been motion second that we approve this resolution. All in favor? Aye. Will this tie 10 and 11 together? So that item 10 and 11, approval of checks and register and approval of payroll. Is there any discussion on this? Seeing as there is none, is there a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Been motion and second that we approve items 10 and 11. All in favor? Aye. Okay. We'd like to thank everyone here for being here, and we also welcome and ask for those. I'd like to be able to meet and talk for 15 minutes with our people who have put in for the treasurer. And then I guess that's it. So we'll recess and we'll have a motion and roll call vote to recess regular session and go into executive session. And that pursuant to New Mexico State Statute, section 10-15-1, only the following matters will be discussed in closed session.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
A motion second.
District 1,
Buster Green? Yes.
District 2,
Audrey McQueen.
District 3.
Taking forward, aye.
All right.
10:35. 30.
So do you want to do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then Padre second. Okay.
The chair needs.
Regular session,
Make a motion?
138.
been motion second, that we reconvene regular session, all in favor? Aye.
Aye, at 1:38.
Yes.
Motion and roll call vote, the matter discussed in closed session were limited to those specified in motion for closure, and that no final action was taken at per New Mexico statute section 10-15-1.
Motion?
Roll call, Buster Green, no action taken.
Okay, roll call.
Do we need a motion first?
Yeah, you do.
Oh,
I'll make the motion.
Oh, okay.
It's like you double it. Motion.
Second. I'll second it. It's been motion seconded, all in favor? Aye.
District 1,
Buster Green, no action taken.
District 2,
Audrey McQueen, no action taken.
District 3.
Taking forward, no action taken.
Okay, so in relationship to action item 13A, B, and C.
Chairman, I don't believe any action is necessary.
No action taken on A, B, and C. And so now we will back up to appointment of county treasurer pursuant to NSA 1978, 10-3-3. Is there any discussion? Think that there is none. Is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we appoint Rick Barnes to the Office of County Treasurer pursuant to NMSA 1978, 10-3-3.
I will second it. It's been motioned and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Hold on. What was that number?
Here.
Oh, it's on. Oh, that number. Okay. Okay.
Why are you loud? Guys are.
Who is the second? Who is the second on that?
Buster.
Buster. Okay. Okay.
Bell.
Oh. Darn it.
Everybody's going to be happy in a short time, I believe. This worked wonderful.
Yeah, that'd be good. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly, for saving me again. I promise here. Oh, we got the other ones too. I promise I can bring my charger.
So the next commission meeting will be April 16th, 2025 at 9 a.m.
Is that when we're in, that's not when we're gonna be in, DC, right?
You are in DC the week before, so that is actually technically the third Wednesday.
Okay, perfect.
So do we need a motion for the meeting to be adjourned?
Okay.
You do third, sure.
Okay. So as of 1:42 p.m., The meeting is adjourned.
I'll work on